I won't be able to take you into the restricted section, sir. Obviously, as it's restricted with good reason. If you try to disembark at Abyssara and the customs spots detected you've been in the restricted section, you'd get well and truly penalised. And they do say that once you've been penalised by the Abyssara customs spots, you stay penalised for life. Suffice it to say that the SS Masika has been fitted with over 20,000 cubic kilometres of cargo space, all of which can be divided into zones and climate controlled depending on what's being transported. Live animals, vibro steel, or as in this case, an absolute transport load of fruits and veggies from all around the Seven Systems for the visitors of the Organa Palace in Abyssara, biggest health spa in the sector. All their smoothies, all their viscous brand cleansers, all the stuff they call food, frankly, is in our hold right now. Not my cup of tea, if I'm honest, sir. I'd much prefer a bacon butty any day, but if you're a pilgrim at the Organa Palace, then pretty much everything you'll put into or smear onto your body while you're there is in our restricted section.
Fascinating. Does that include Eve's promise? I've been told that if you know the right people, and you've got the cash, you can get Eve's promise at the Organo Palace. They're here as well, are they?
Oh ho, a connoisseur. I shouldn't talk about Eve's promise, sir. Secret, innit? Most expensive fruit in the galaxy, grown in a permafrost of some unnamed planet somewhere in the Horsehead Nebula. Harvested once every 20 Terran years by pickers who have to consent to partial memory wipes once they've been done. Oh, but the taste, they say, better than any drug you can name. Better than anything. They say it's like...
Do you have any on board?
Really, sir, I shouldn't talk about it. And here's the limit of where we can go, I'm afraid. It's funny, but it's not often we get passengers who want to see the cargo. Not when there's so much to do up...
I want you to imagine, for a moment, that I'm really not pleased to see you.
So that would be a...
A gun? Yes. Between your third and fourth vertebrae. That would be a messy way to go. Now please, open the door.
I can't, sir. That would be more than my job's worth.
You should really consider if it's more than your spine's worth. You really should consider that in quite a big hurry as well. Excellent considering. Move. Eve's promise is all I want. Lead me to it.
No need. It's all done by robo-crane, innit?
Even better. Well, do it.
Search hold for fruit and vegetables. Fruit. Hashtag Eve's promise.
Hashtag Eve's promise. Located in base 0000132 and 0000133.
I can't do this. They'll send me to the penal colony on Dostoevsky Prime for this. They'll send my family there.
Just give the command. That's all you have to do. Then I'll let you go. Get it here and I'll activate a sucker punch transmat beam. Gets through anything, even the plating on this old beast. I take the fruit, escape, you scurry on up to the captain and tell him we're coerced. This thing's too big and unwieldy to catch my escape ship. Everybody goes home happy. Well, I go home happy, which right now should be your prime concern. You do like having a spine, yes?
Retrieve all crates of hashtag Eve's promise. Authorization Delta 5 Jenkins.
Activating palm scanner.
You have pampering access to open the crates, of course.
Look, Mr. Pogrik, for the last time, let's forget this ever happened, eh? You don't want to face the consequences of stealing a consignment of Eve's promise. Believe me, it ain't worth it.
Just open them. I assume I can reseal them with my own print.
Of course you can.
Chin up, Mr. Jenkins. Your part in all of this is nearly over.
Yeah. Happy now?
Yes, thank you. Ooh, come to daddy, you absurdly expensive little beauties. 2 crates and you're worth more than the rest of the ship put together. It'd almost be impolite not to sample the merchandise. Dusty fruit. Must be wherever they've grown. This is something. Well, that's something, yes. What's that? Hello? Anyone here? Spiders! Oh, I hate spiders. Oh, horrible quality. Oh, there's a hole. A hole in my hand. Damping it. A hole through my hand. Son of a... Oh, my neck. Oh, take weakling. You evil eight-legged... how many are there? Get out of my hair! Oh, no, not the eyes! Get out of my eyes!
This is the life, eh, Jamie? Zoe? You see, it's not all about saving planets and defeating evil aliens. Sometimes it's about good old-fashioned rest and recuperation.
Oh, aye. Wonderful.
What's the matter?
I'm bored. It's all right for you with your reading and all that. We've been here 2 days and I've not had a proper meal yet. There's no meat. I don't know what that tofu stuff is, but I'm not touching it again. It wobbled when I stuck my fork in it. You're not telling me that's right.
Oh, Jamie. It's no different to the food we had on the wheel. Not really any different to the TARDIS's food replicators.
Aye, I know. That's why I look forward to going places. A chance to experience new things, new people, new tastes. This place is like people just come here and do nothing. Experience nothing, taste nothing.
I don't like to complain, Doctor. But it's not very much my idea of rest either.
I see. Well, you don't have to stay here with me, you know.
You don't?
No, of course not. The Orgo Palace has all sorts of things to do. I was just keen to have a bit of a rest and read my Spinoza. It's terribly awkward when you meet famous people and you have to admit that you've never read their work. Poor Virginia Woolf took it very hard.
Aye, poor lassie wouldn't stop greeting.
Well, exactly. Just because I want to catch up with some reading doesn't mean you two are chained here, you know? What would you like to do?
I don't know. Is there maybe somewhere for meeting people? Or... Oh, I know! Is there any way I can practice my pipes? Since you said I couldn't play on the TARDIS, I feel like I've forgotten a lot.
Absolutely, Jamie. There's a fully soundproof virtuality suite on floor 36 Gamma. It can have you playing the pipes back in the Highlands in a matter of moments, if you like.
Are you sure you don't mind?
Pipe to your heart's content.
36 Gamma, you say?
That's right, or otherwise do find a map somewhere. I'm sure it's 36 Gamma. Or is it Beta? Oh well. Let me know when you find it.
I'll see you later then, eh?
Bye, Jamie.
And what about you, Zoe? What do you feel like doing?
Oh, actually, I'd quite like to get a look at how this place runs. I mean, you said it's the main structure of Abasara. I'd love to get a feel of how the system's architecture's set up, how it deals with so many visitors day in, day out, that kind of thing.
Think you could teach them a thing or two, Zoe?
Maybe. I'll try and be nice about it.
Go on then. Ask any of the stewards if you can talk to Commander Hillard. Tell them you're a friend of mine. It's actually Commander Hillard who invited us here in the first place. If anyone can show you how things work, it'll be him.
You won't be lonely here, on your own.
One is never alone with Spinoza.
This is more like it. What do I want to be sitting by some pool of water for while the doctor reads his books? So, what do I do?
Please state preferences for your environment and characters.
Characters? You can choose people?
Correct.
Can I choose my uncle, Dougal McCrimmon? He's the one who taught me the pipes in the first place.
Character not registered. Characters can be created via mental engrams at one of the environment shaping booths.
Mental what? Never mind. If Uncle Dougal heard me now, he'd scalp me anyways. Just give me the Scottish Highlands, will you?
Environment selected. Further refinement options available.
Oh, no, you're alright. This is just grand. Now then, Jamie McCrimmon, let's see what you remember, eh?
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yes, I know, but... Oh, hold on. Hello, yes, can I help you with something?
Yes, I spoke to Commander Hillard. He gave me a lanyard saying that I could be in here. I'm just wondering who I speak to about, well, all this.
Bored rich kid, or are you a total systems geek?
Bit of both, to be honest.
Well, all of this is an enormous amount of this. I really don't have time to start playing guessing games. Any particular bit of this you'd like to start with?
Well, I was particularly interested in the logistics process. Keeping something like the Organo Palace running.
Somehow I just knew you were going to say that. Bob Maker, logistics.
Zoe Harriet, total systems geek.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to have to call you back. For now, assume standard plus 20% and we'll tweak in 12 hours if necessary. Alright. Logistics. Workflow? Visitor flow? Cleanliness? Supply? Disposal? Recycling. Welcome to the sharp end of having a good time. Workflow is Cal Mercer, the tall man over there shouting at a cup of today's stimulant of choice. Visitor flow is the Anderson twins. Tiny bit psychic, which is probably cheating, but incredibly useful. Cleanliness is Dale Harvard, short woman with the dark hair who looks like she's having a nervous breakdown. Supply chain is me, which is why I'm 36 and bald. Jenna McVey is... Maker. What do you mean it's not slowing down? You've tried all the comms channels. Relay satellite visuals to my terminal. We'll respond. Make her out. You want to see how all this works? Here you go. Case in point. SS Masika, inbound from the Horsehead Nebula. Big old crate, unsophisticated as they come beneath the cruising decks. Carries passengers here, but also has a belly stuffed with things we need. Fruit, mostly. We use a frankly staggering amount of fruit here. It's in everything. We'll slather it on your skin, poke it under your pores, blitz it up and pour it through your system. Big part of the supply chain, fruit.
I've noticed. Fruit and tofu, according to a friend of mine.
That too, though that's locally produced. The Masika's an important supply link. It does a 3-month, 1.1 lightspeed run around the 7 systems. Supplies us with a lot of the fruit we use. This particular run's extra special because it contains a limited supply of the most expensive fruit in the known galaxy. Zach Olstein, PR 26, over there with the waves of auburn hair. He's got a discreet PR campaign ready to roll all about it. I don't know what a discreet PR campaign is, apart from a contradiction in terms, and just possibly a colossal waste of money. You've heard of Eve's Promise, yes?
No.
Oh, well, there you go, then. You're his demographic, the one person in the quadrant who hasn't already heard of Eve's Promise. As I say, amazing fruit, monstrously difficult and rare to harvest, and so, consequently, monstrously, gloriously, wage-payingly expensive to buy. And on board the SS Masika right now is enough of it to bankrupt 1,000 emperors.
So what's the problem?
Well, it's a 3-part problem, really, which is the kind of thing you learn to keep clear in your head if you want a career in logistics. Firstly, its coordinates are locked in and it's heading straight here. I know, not a problem as such, that's what it's supposed to do. Part 2 is trickier. It's entered the system, and while apparently it's not running on warp, it has yet to do any of the usual slowing down so it doesn't kill us we like to see from a vessel that size inside the Aldebaran planetary system.
What? You mean it's going to crash into us?
It is if somebody up there doesn't do something fairly straightforward fairly soon, yes. That thing you're feeling is either screaming terror or the kind of adrenaline that makes this job worth doing. You haven't passed out yet, so you're probably a natural at logistics.
What's part 3?
Ah, well, that's the really tricky thing. We can't seem to raise anyone on board the Masika right now.
Could Commander Hillard please come to Control HQ for a routine inspection? Repeat. Could Commander Hillard please come to Control HQ for a routine inspection?
Oh dear. Nobody calls the station commander in for a routine inspection. Suppose that'll be one of their code phrases for impending catastrophe. I wonder if that fools anybody. Seems to. Humans. Always hearing with just their ears. Remarkable. Time for one more chapter? No, probably not. Now, which way is Control HQ, I wonder?
What the hell do you mean we can't contact them?
Well, sir, our messages received no response. There are at least 5 scenarios to explain that. Message failure at point of origin, which is us, which Decker says is not the problem. Message failure at the point of receipt. Could be that, if the systems are fritzed. But how can we tell if they can hear us unless we can ask them, and how can we ask them if they can't hear us? They might have received the message and be unable to respond. Analysing the signal energy dispersal apparently makes that more likely. It's not that they're bouncing our signal back to us by the looks of it. They're receiving it perfectly well, they're just not doing anything with it. That leads us towards the darker end of the possibility spectrum.
The darker end of the... Speak English, man. We're in a hurry here.
He means this is where the options start to look less good, Commander. Where things start to look dangerous.
So, what are the options? They hear us, but their external comms and drive systems are fried?
That's on the lighter side of dark, Commander, but yes.
You ever wonder why you're logistics and not communications maker?
Not really, sir, no.
Good. So, what else? They might be alive and twitching and unable to get their systems to obey orders?
Yes. Or,
of course, they could all be dead up there. The satellite visuals aren't showing any obvious hull damage, so it doesn't look like they've had a space debris strike. And it also doesn't look like they've been attacked.
At least, not from the outside.
Piracy? One of the passengers may be trying to get away with the Eve's promise.
Possible, sir.
I don't need a lanyard, my good man. I'm a personal friend of Commander Hillard. Now let me through, please.
Friend might be stretching it a bit, Doctor. All right, Shankhill, let him go. I might have done better than to invite you to a highly complex system like this, Doctor. You're an unmitigated chaos magnet.
I hardly think that's fair, Commander Hillard.
He's like one of those detectives in books, tripping over murders wherever they go, wherever he goes. Suddenly, you're facing the darker end of the possibility spectrum, and people are dying.
And a very good day to you too, Commander. What's happening?
Somebody want to give him the quick version?
Big ship.
No comms.
Heading straight for us.
Full speed. Boom.
Well, that's no good. No good at all. Do you have a plan?
Normally we have a graviton guidance beam that can help ships that get into trouble, bring them down safely. The speed that thing's going, though...
We'd never get a lock. Besides, even if we did, momentum's a dangerous thing. It'd be like lassoing a missile as it heads towards you.
Do you have some sort of short-range shuttle, perhaps?
Plenty, but velocity matching would be a real bear of a thing.
No, but your graviton beam can help with that. It might not be able to slow the path of the big ship, but it could boost the shuttle's velocity to match trajectories and get me on board.
Why bother with all that, Doctor? Why not use the TARDIS?
Well, so are you.
You're not sure you could get it right?
No, I'm sure I could. Of course I could. I just... Well, we don't know what's happening up there, do we? If there's nothing to be done, I'm going to need the TARDIS for a last-ditch rescue.
Are you proposing that I let you go up in a shuttle to deal with this emergency?
My dear Commander Hillard, I wasn't proposing any such thing. I was telling you. Oh yes, is there someone available to go and get Jamie, please? I put an announcement on the tannoy, but, bagpipes. They're rather distracting.
Confounded man. Oh, Crenshaw, head up to the virtuality suites, will you? Bring the doctor's friend down here.
Can I come, Doctor?
No, I'm afraid not, sir. I need you down here.
Why? Do you think I could handle whatever's going on up there?
Oh, my dear, I'm absolutely certain you could. But you're of more use to me down here. Finessing the control and the bandwidth resilience of the graviton beam. Even with these fine people working on it, it's going to be no easy thing matching coordinates with the big ship. At least enough to get me safely on board. That's your first job. And, well...
What? What are you trying not to say?
Well, in the event that we can't stop the ship, I need you to get everyone into the TARDIS. Everyone, as many as you can. Till the very last moment, do you understand? The emergency dematerialization switch, you've seen me press it before. Do that, and it will at least save you from the impact.
Don't talk like that, Doctor. Please.
Well, it's better to be safe than, well... Jamie!
Oh, we said we'd meet up later, no? What's going on, eh?
I'll explain on the way.
Well, where are we going?
Well, you remember how much you enjoyed travelling by rocket?
No.
Well, here's your chance to remember. Really, Jamie, did you have to bring the pipes along with you?
Don't be giving me none of your blether. It's not like you don't carry that recorder of yours around with you. This is the first time in months I've had a chance to get some practice in, all right?
Yes, but the recorder is easier to carry. Not to mention a melodious and calming sound.
Not the way you play it, it's no.
Oh, what cheek.
Budge up, Doctor.
I'm sorry, Commander.
Don't think I'm letting you do this on your own, do you? Quite apart from anything else, I want my shuttle back in one piece, and things have an alarming tendency to go bang.
But that's absurd. You'll be needing that control.
Ah, hell. Control's in the hands of the finest people I've ever worked with. All I could add to their lives right now would be fear and shouting. At least in here I can help get us on board in one piece. You're good, Doctor. I'm not about to quibble on that, but this is my baby.
Oh, very well. Strap in, Commander. Hello, Zoe. Are you receiving me, Zoe?
This is Comms Supervisor Jenna McVey, Doctor. Your friend's a little busy right now. Seems to be trying to persuade Gravity she's got a better idea.
Yes, that sounds like Zoe. Good. We'll need the graviton beam at peak efficiency when we try to dock with the big ship. What's it called?
The Masika. Yes. Ready to launch?
Ready, McVey. Let's get this bird moving.
Roger that, Commander. Check ignition sequence.
We're readier than that, McVey. Can we hurry this up?
No, sir. Absolutely not. That's how people die on the pad. Check ignition sequence, please.
Check.
What exactly are you trying to do?
I'm trying to double-purpose the...
Spit it out.
I'm trying to double-purpose the graviton beam. I still need the normal graviton beam, which works like a kind of lasso, to help get the shuttle docked with the Masika. You see? But because of the mass of the ship and the speed at which it's travelling, if I try to use the normal graviton beam on that, it'll fail. Burn out the system, and besides, the physics is against me.
Right. So...
Ever heard of an airbag?
No, but I'm guessing bag, air...
It's a form of protection for things travelling at speed. A rapidly inflated cushion, if you like, that stops delicate things hitting harder things and sustaining damage.
And you want to...
Buy myself about 15 seconds of manoeuvring time. Launch a giant gravity airbag at the Masika just before I lasso the shuttle into docking position. It won't be enough to overcome the ship's drivers, of course, at least not for more than 15 seconds. I'm hoping it makes the actual manoeuvre easier for everyone, though.
Do you need help?
Not on this, no. I'm stripping your power capacitors down and dualing the cable infrastructure because, of course, it's absolutely not to be able to take a charge this massive. What I need from you is to get all the people out of the lifts. Get them congregated on the ground floor, ideally outside. If this works, then there's every chance it'll knock out guest side electrics, and the last thing we need is people stuck behind closed doors or plummeting into unnecessary deaths in lifts.
I was right, you know, you're a natural at logistics.
And so are you, so let's get on with it.
Maybe I've been on the ground too long, but that G-force...
I feel like I've been stepped on by Goliath.
Gentlemen, the Masika.
Where?
That bright red spot in the distance.
That's no that distant.
And getting bigger by the second. That's the speed. The engines are still set to interstellar drive, probably. We're only lucky they're not moving at light speed.
Why is that?
If they were, by the time we saw the light, the ship would have crashed through us.
Oh, aye. Lucky then.
Commander, maneuvering thrusters. Hello, Zoe. Are you ready?
Very nearly, Doctor. Very nearly.
Very good. We'll stand by to hear from you. Bear in mind the relative...
I know, Doctor. There's something you should probably know.
Yes?
Once I've slowed down the Masika, and of course assuming that works and doesn't just burn out every power node on the planet, I've calculated the manoeuvre that gives you the best chance of docking with the ship within its slowdown window.
Excellent. Good work, Zoe.
Yes. Do you know what a barrel roll is?
Oh my giddy aunt. Jamie, you know you said you've been stepped on by Goliath?
Oh, aye.
Prepare to find out how the stone that killed him felt. Everybody, brace for very possibly the worst experiences of your lives.
Barrel rolling round a ship the size of a Masika, while it's in a gravity field, and we're looping around it on a gravity lasso. Is the girl mad?
Steward's report, all guests and personnel are now in ground floor areas. Except us, of course, because life's just that funny. The guests are being kept amused, or fed, or plied with fruit-based liquids.
Good. That's good. Don't go too far away, your job's very far from over. In the meantime, though, here. Press this big red button when I tell you to.
The airbag.
The airbag. I'll have my hands full with the graviton lasso. And deploy airbag in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now!
There's the Masika. Zoe's airbag must have worked.
Look at the size of that thing, Doctor.
I really wouldn't if I were you, Jamie. Remember Goliath?
Oh, come on now.
Here we go!
Oh, Hillard! Docking clamps! Oh dear me. Oh, well done, Hillard. Well done, Zoe. Very well done.
Doctor, you're alive.
All alive. And, mostly well.
You tell her from me, she owes me a lunch.
We'll disembark and make our way to the Massacre's Bridge now.
We'll disembark and make our way to the Masika's Bridge in a minute, once my legs have remembered which way up and which way round they go, eh?
Oh, very well. Perhaps it wouldn't do us any harm to get our breath back a little.
I can't believe that worked.
It's fortunate, then, that your belief was not one of the vital variables, isn't it?
Easily, yes. Why?
I told you, your job wasn't finished yet. The doctor told me to organise an evacuation in the event they couldn't get control of the Masika. Logically, if I wait to find out whether they've succeeded or not, I may not have time to get everyone into the TARDIS.
The what?
The TARDIS. Our ship. Doesn't look like much, but she's about the only vessel on the planet which could probably take all the guests and staff. I need to begin the evacuation immediately, but I also need to know if the Doctor and Commander Hillard need help, or if they're going to succeed. Do you have the authority to get the control staff moving?
You just watch me. Everyone, stop what you're doing. We're going to leave HQ in a minute and make our way to a safe area. It's just a precaution, so don't panic. Don't run. We're all going to follow Zoe here. Is that clear? Right. Good. Lead on, Zoe Harriet.
I shall. Just as soon as I have the communication protocols transferred to a pad. Tut, you're slipping, Mr. Maker.
Protocols. Yes. Yes, of course. Sorry, slipped my mind for a second there. Trying to look cool. Silly.
Dust. Neat little piles of dust.
Yes.
Has anyone ever told you you send shivers down their spine when you do that? 'Cause you do!
I tell him that all the time.
Come on, step lightly. Talk softly. Do not at any cost disturb the dust.
You think the dust is dangerous?
I think the dust is not dust. Come on.
If it's no dust, then what is it?
Can't you hear it?
I can't hear anything.
I imagine there must be a comfort to you. Commander Hillard, what was the ship carrying? What was unusual about what it was carrying?
The first harvest of Eve's promise in 20 years. That qualifies as unusual, right?
Eve's promise?
The fruit, you know? More pleasure stimulants than most narcotics. None of the nasty side effects. Worth an absolute king's ransom. I had an idea that maybe pirates were trying to get their hands on them. Maybe left the ship on a collision course when they took off.
A nice theory as far as it goes. I don't think they made it off the ship alive. Assuming that's what's happened.
Are you saying the piles of dust are people? The remains of people?
No, of course not.
Well, what then?
Oh, something natural, I think. Tell me about Eve's promise. Why is it only harvested once every 20 years?
It only grows in the permafrost on the dark side of a planet in the Horsehead Nebula. Hugely secret. Planet doesn't even have a name or a known reference on any star map I've ever seen. They go to incredible lengths to maintain the secrecy, keeps supply in the hands of a very few companies, keeps the mystery, keeps the price high, I guess.
Incredible lengths, yes. Something that grows alongside it, maybe. Has a natural protectiveness towards the fruit. Possibly they tweak its native savagery. Possibly again they change its biology. Because there's not a biological sound I'm hearing. And maybe, just maybe, they found a way to keep it dormant. Unless triggered by certain conditions. Tampering with the seals before arrival, maybe.
Doctor, will you cut it out, eh? There's 3 of us here, not just you. What are you blethering on about? He's tampering with seals.
Oh, Jamie, Commander Hillard. I'm sorry. If I'm right, the companies who harvest the Eve's promise have taken something that grows and lives near the fruit itself and turned it into a living, metal-coated security system to prevent the fruit being stolen en route to its rightful buyers. I think someone who didn't know that tried to steal this ship's consignment. And I rather think the security system neutralized all potential suspects than thieves. It ate them, Jamie.
Ate them?
How do you know all this? Based on what? Piles of dust?
I envy your human hearing, Commander Hillard. It means you can't hear what I can hear. The skittering, scritchy sound of tiny metal legs. Metal bodies no bigger than commas on a page. Metal teeth gnashing. Hungry for their next bite of flesh. Like piranhas. Dormant. Waiting. Impatient.
And now we're walking around the ship. How long before they realize, oh, these boys ain't from around here, and gets peckish for intruder snacks?
I'm sorry, did I not say? Don't touch the dust.
This place is...
Yes, it is, isn't it?
How big is it?
I'm not even sure the doctor knows. That's it, go on through. Try and keep at least a couple of people in view at all times. It can be a bit of a maze. Sometimes I swear it changes.
Changes?
The rooms, the configurations. I was looking for the library one day, and where it used to be, there was a gigantic swimming pool.
Huh. Disconcerting.
An outdoor swimming pool. Very disconcerting. How many more of them are there to come?
At least a few hundred, I think.
Can you hurry them up? I don't want to run the risk of anyone being left behind.
Keep moving, please, folks. There's room for everyone. Down by the swimming pool. Keep moving, please.
Aha, the bridge.
Where?
Down the end of the corridor.
Thank the gods for that.
Mr. Hillard, do you remember me saying that we should speak quietly?
Uh-huh.
Do you remember me mentioning the thin-legged metal-hungry things?
Uh-huh.
Do you see the dust piles exploding into swarms of what looks like metal-hungry piranha spiders?
Yep.
Mr. Hillard, run!
Doctor, they've got him!
There's nothing we can do.
Why?
Good Lord, Jamie, I think it's working. They're falling back. Keep playing.
Oh, now you want me to play the pipes, is it?
Here, Hillard, my dear chap. Come here. Let me help you up.
Talk about a death by 1,000 cuts. Damn things. I'm bleeding, Doctor.
I know. Here, sit down. Keep still. Oh, and hold this. Any of our spidery friends come near you, press that button.
What is it?
It's a sonic screwdriver. Should work like Jamie's pipes, only rather more musical. Meanwhile, I have Liz.
Recorder?
Indeed so. Clearly, noise is important to them. Acts as a spur to action. But too much, too sudden, too strident. It overwhelms their tiny minds. Not enough to kill them, but enough to disorientate them for a while at least. Now let's see what we can do. Speed reducing. Course correcting. Oh. Wait a minute.
What?
Well, I can't just swing the ship around and let it land on Absaria. That would mean letting those spiders loose among the guests. But apart from which, noise or no noise, I'm not sure I like our odds of making it all the way back to the shuttle. That might work. Probably not, but it might. There, I've done it.
Done what exactly?
Yes, I was rather afraid you were going to ask. I've set us on a slingshot orbit around Absaria and heading towards Aldebaran. I'm sending the ship into the sun.
With us on board?
I will admit it's not one of my better plans, but rather us than everyone alive on Absaria.
That's fair enough.
Keep playing, Jamie. Sounds lovely.
Shame that box of tricks of yours doesn't have a remote control, eh?
What?
A remote control. Swoop in, pick us up, swoop out. Bye-bye, spiders.
Hillard, Commander Ambrose Jeremiah Hillard, you're a genius! I don't need a remote control. I have a Zoe Harriet. Zoe? Zoe, are you receiving me? Come in, please. Come in, please, Zoe.
Doctor, what's happening? I saw the Masika's course change, but, well, frankly, Doctor, it looks like you're going to miss us altogether.
Zoe, I need you to do exactly as I say. Go to the TARDIS. Go there now. Go as quickly as you can.
I'm already on board, Doctor.
Huh, excellent. Even better. You know the switch for the emergency dematerialization, yes?
Yes, Doctor.
Good. Ignore that completely. Move 2 whole panels to your right as you face the console. Do you see a strip of horizontal lights with a black switch next to it?
Got it?
Excellent. Flip that switch.
Done.
Now place your hands over the strip of light. That's the TARDIS's telepathic circuits. Deeply unreliable, usually. Takes a long while for the pilot and TARDIS to form the right bond. But you and I, we've bonded already. Focus on my voice. Think of me talking to you from the bridge of the Masika. Think of coming to see me. And Jamie. Think of coming to see Jamie. Concentrate, Zoe.
Doctor, Jamie, Commander Hillard. Why is Jamie playing the bagpipes?
Because that's what I am, lassie. A piper tried and true.
Absolutely, absolutely. How about being a piper safe and sound? Come on, Jamie, into the TARDIS. Come on, Hillard, you genius, you.
For what it's worth, I think Grateful You is even worse than Chaos Magnet You.
Good, good. What do you think, you two? One last dip, or time we were off?
I'm ready when you are. All this playing about in the water is not natural.
Give me a few minutes more. I'll have finished Spinoza.
Commander Hillard!
Doctor.
Hello, Maker.
Hello, Harriet.
All patched up, I see.
Yep, good as anyone can be who's been in your company and lived to tell the tale, I guess. Figured I'd come and see you off. You are leaving, are you?
Yes, I think we've had rather our fill of rest and recuperation for a while. Back to our travels. Something new every day, you know.
You're not kidnapping any of my guests, are you?
We did a thorough search. Of course, the swimming pool had unaccountably disappeared. But, well, no one's come forward to say they're missing anyone, at least.
Hey, did you report the ship? Like you were gonna? Those company need to be brought to account. Killer spiders, all to protect a bit of fruit. It's not right. Yes, the report went in and investigation's being held as we speak. Chances are, at the end of it, there'll be room for a new player in the Eve's Promise market. One with ethical standards. And, a skill for logistics.
You? You're going to be a fruit farmer?
Well, maybe not just me. I suppose you fancy being fabulously wealthy and important, do you? No, of course you don't. You have a magic box with a missing swimming pool. Oh well, thought I'd ask. Can't imagine why, really.
Maybe.
What?
But not yet. There's still so much I want to see out there, Maker. If time and space and monsters ever gets a bit dull, maybe I'll look you up. Keep a seat warm for me on board, eh?
Good enough. Good enough for now.
Well, goodbye, everyone. What was that?
What was what?
I didn't hear anything.
No, there's nothing. Just getting a bit jumpy in my old age. Goodbye, everyone.
Extraordinary fellow. If I ever invite him round again, I want you to bash me in the head with something hard. Is that clear?
Crystal clear, sir.
So, you're really going to go into the exotic fruit business?
Well, I sort of have to now. I've promised to keep a seat on the board warm.
Doctor Who, Servants of Eve was written by Tony Fyler. The Doctor was played by Christopher Walker-Thomson, Zoe by Katy Louise, and Jamie by Tony Fyler. Commander Hillard was played by Alex Bagosy, and Jenna McVey by Laura Jane Hunt. Jenkins was played by Phil Stewart, and Pogrik by Callum Lowe. Other parts played by the cast. Theme tune composed by Ron Grainer and realised by Delia Derbyshire and the Radiophonic Workshop. Doctor Who, Servants of Eve was produced by Andrew Creak. Sound design by Tom Rory Parsons. The executive producers were Tony Fyler and Andrew Creak. If you would like to have a credit as a producer in our audios, why not become one of our Patreons? Get behind the scenes information, and every few months we produce exclusive audio dramas. Copyright disclaimer under section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976.
Coming soon from On Fleak Productions. Doctor Who, Red Moon by Andrew Creak and Phil Stewart.
Afraid you're right, Doctor. Another dead end and we... Doctor, come back at once.
Patreons get more at patreon.com/onfleakproductions.